good evening, and a warm welcome to all our viewers on the special edition of the International Literacy Day program, the Expert Talk Learning Beyond Classrooms. The theme for International Literacy Day 2021 is Literacy for a Human Centered Recovery, Narrowing the Digital Divide. COVID-19 pandemic has kept all of us restrained to the four walls of our homes. Learning was glued most of the times to the digital devices that we had in our hands, and many of them were not getting the opportunity to get education. The pre existing gap that involved in education kept widening, and now it looks very difficult and very, it's far to even bridge the gap. Literacy opens a door of opportunities. It enhances every individual to have critical and creative thinking. Literacy is the most valuable aspect of human lives to grow and to have a creative, sustainable environment, thus enhancing the basic literacy skills. On this special day, we have amidst us a very passionate, creative, energetic, dynamic educator, Miss Vimala Nandakumar. May I now request Miss Vimala Nandakumar to be on our show. Good evening, ma'am. Let
Good
me
evening.
introduce Let me introduce Miss Vimala Nandakumar. She is the chairperson for Shakti Girls Education Trust, which is an after-school program for girls. And she's also been I've known her since 2007 when she was leading as she was the head of the school, and I used to work as a teacher there. So it's a long association with you, Miss Vimla, and I'm so happy and so glad that you have joined us on the show. PCR Chembur warmly welcomes you for this wonderful program, ma'am. And over to you, ma'am. Ma'am is also an author of the book What Ails Our Schools. So, ma'am, as your journey as an educator, could you share a few experiences about the motive or the entire initiative that you took for in writing this book on what ails our schools?
Okay. Thank you so much, Rennie. It's so beautiful to be in front of you and also talking to the audience. Thank you so much. Uh, I started my teaching career in 1977. I think 5 decades I've taught maths to school children from 6th standard till 12th standard. And I think I've worked in all the boards, Maharashtra board, ICSE, CBSE, and IGCSE for these years. And straight away to the book, I would let you know. I have worked in the schools as in the capacity of a teacher, a coordinator, a consultant, and a principal. And I actually did not relish working in some of the schools because they didn't focus on the children as much as they should have. So then I had played a different set of roles. So I had a lot of experiences, case studies, and stuff like that, which I wanted to share with the audience. And then also the various facets of the school, the teacher, the principal, and the parents, they all, and the management, all have a considerable influence over the education of the children. So I wanted to share with the reading audience all the experiences that I gained, the case studies. Of course, I protected their identities, and that's how what ails our schools was born. And if we need to improve our schools, we need to know where we are failing our children. That's very important.
Yeah, that's very true, ma'am. Ma'am, as you said, you started your journey in 1977. I was just a small kid, probably I was not born. Yes, ma'am. So there is something that took you through this journey. So, what were your experiences that took you through this journey?
First of all, I feel teaching is the only profession where one can be in touch with the younger generation constantly and continuously. And I think that is such a journey that I really really enjoyed, being with young kids. And the second aspect is teachers never stop learning. Look at the pandemic, see how they've readied themselves to teach the children during the unexpected pandemic. And I thought these two aspects are really pulled me into the teaching profession.
So, okay, since we just had our Teachers' Day, so any inspirational teacher that you really look for and you would like to, you always dreamt of being like that, that's so called special teacher. Do you have somebody like that?
Yeah, I do have right in front of me, Rennie France. I'm not trying to kind of praise you for no reason. I remember the day you joined us, and you were there with us, and then you went on to do your MF and your doctorate, which is my dream. In fact, I remember having told you also, can you take me as your student? My dream of doing a PhD. I thought I might realize from you. You're one of the teachers that I really feel that you're very, very special.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That is so much of a pleasure to me. Uh, Ma'am, you said that there were a lot of things that motivated you to write the good and the bad experiences that motivated you to write this book, What Ails Us School. When we talk about that, could you just even give us a brief about, because the viewers will definitely want to, I mean, it's a must read for everybody, the viewers, but one or two things, aspects that specifically you would like to discuss about the book, one or two, maybe something that really holds you so much in, to talk about this book, and want to, uh, even now you want to go and delve deeper into it. Is there one specific or one or two specific aspects of the book?
Yeah, just one aspect. I mean, I can talk about two briefly. One aspect is, in schools, I think the children need to be recognized. They should have a conducive environment for them to hone their skills. They should be valued, respected, recognized. These are all very important. But if they are going to be, subjected to, physical abuse, then the scar that remains, forever with them for years, it doesn't heal. And I still have a student living in the US. He must be 40 plus, but still he remembers the physical abuse he suffered at the hand of a teacher. And in fact, all the classmates, they keep talking about it. Even yesterday, I was talking about it. So it has been years, 87, 86, and still it is not healed. So I think it's very, very important for us to be very careful as to how we
Yes.
deal with the children. That's one thing. And another very fantastic aspect of the student is that when you value them, when you recognize them, and when you give them the freedom to express themselves freely, and they know that they are being valued, and then they start to blossom so much, and which is what I have seen in all the ailments and the cure that I have mentioned in the book. I've been practicing them now in the after school program, and the results are fantastic.
Yes, I'm really. That's very true, ma'am. The impression that we leave on students in their early years is takes a very important step in their life, and it leads them, or it just derails them. So I really feel that, and we as teachers play a vital role in really molding them and understanding. Before you mold, you need to know them, so that identification and molding really becomes a very, it goes hand in hand, because every time you mold them, they are a different person, and then you
Yeah,
need to know them more again, and then you again mold them on their capacities and their abilities.
absolutely.
Very true, ma'am. Since you mentioned about the ailments and the cure that you're giving, so here we would like to play a video for us.
आपकी दहलीज से क्यों न आगे बढ़े ऐसा भी एक तो क्यों न हम पंख तो क्यों ना हम उड़ ले, छूने आसमां हम भी, छूने आसमां, छूने आसमां हम भी, छूने आसमां, छूने आसमां हम भी, छूने आसमां, छूने आसमां हम भी, छूने आसमां। क्यों ना अपनी भी कोई पहचान हो, अपनी ताकत से कोई ना अनजान हो, हर बराबर की मौके हमें भी मिले, हम घरों की नहीं देश की शान हो, वक्त के साथ हमको है चलना, अपनी किस्मत हमी को है लिखना, मिल जाए जो हमको भी पंख तो क्यों ना हम उड़ ले, छूने आसमां हम भी, छूने आसमां, शक्ति 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 के साथ।
Oh, yes. Chule Asman, giving them wings. I think that's the most important thing that Shakti is providing for the girls. Yes, ma'am. So, as we introduce Shakti, let us know more about Shakti and how did this idea come to you? Yes, it is your one of your cure, but then how did this really take the drive through in you?
Yeah. See, after I finished the book and I launched it in 2013, I wanted to start a school and I did research for 2 years. I visited best schools in India and in the US, and I'd done research also, but for some reason it went beyond my control, so I had to abandon that. Then I had a short stint at American School of Bombay, where I was teaching maths to the Dharavi girls, and we had some a program called Avsara Leadership Fellows, which was preparing the girls of Dharavi for leadership skills, leadership roles of future. So that gave a look into the gave me a peek into the world of the underprivileged girls. I said, why not do something for them in Navi Mumbai, because I think they need a slight push, and also tell them to believe in themselves. And they were very hardworking. They were very intelligent. They needed we needed to focus on their personality growth, and if we can take some burden off the parents, and I thought the girls can really bloom, just a little bit of push. That's all they needed. And of course, incidentally, I was recovering from cancer at that time. So my second innings, this I called as my second innings. I thought I'll give back to the society by starting something for the underprivileged girls, because education is not given importance to girls, particularly for these sections of society. And I thought I should do something for them. So that's how Shakti was born.
Yeah. Yes. So Shakti comes out of a lot of Shakti and driven by the idea to empower. So that I'm sure. And then I should definitely share a video here, which speaks a little bit about the empowerment that little girls have to say.
Namaste, I am Kaveri Prabhu Marzapur from Standard 10th. I want to share my experience about Shakti. In 2 years, I gained so many things such as be confident, English speaking, interacting with people, how to work in group, and discipline, and of course, maths and science. Now I am sure that I can solve any question of maths because of Vimala ma'am. I appreciate all our mentors' hard work on us They are just amazing. Shakti helped me not only with studies but also with personality development and how to think about our career. I thank all mentors to be part of my life. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. Indeed, ma'am. So there were few, but there must have been many, but list down a few objectives that you really had in mind when you started Shakti, or when
Yeah.
you this inception came. Yeah.
The motto of Shakti is to educate, empower, and edify the lives of the girls. We provide them for 2 years. It's an intense program for 2 years. We only take 8th standard and 9th standard girls, and we give them their school fees for both the years, and we take them on 2 field trips, and then we celebrate their birthdays, and then we actually are providing data pack money so that they on the mobile they don't drop off the online classes. Some of the girls have not been on online classes in the schools because they have not paid their fees, so the Shakti is continuing their education for the past 1.5 years, and that's our motto. And we want to make sure that the parents don't say that we don't have money, let's stop school for the girls, so we ensure that they're all there. So far, we've impacted about 150 girls in these 6 years. We are into successful seventh year, and I think it's a blessings and support of all of you people. It's making it possible.
Wonderful, ma'am. I'm sure that 10th anniversary is going to be big. And so, when you say that Shakti has been empowering girls, we also need to hear from now the views of the parents. And here I would like to present.
Namaste. I am Kinjal's mother from Standard 9. Thank you for your hard work in supporting my daughter as she develops. Your patience and commitment to supporting my child mean a lot to us. With your guidance, my daughter has developed into a confident and capable child. Thank you for being such an important part in my child's development. We are so grateful to have you as our child's teacher. Thank you. Thank you so much for all this.
Yes, indeed, it resonates in the family, which shows that how much the development has impacted the child and also made a difference in the family. When we empower girls, we always have the rippling effect to be seen in the siblings and the entire family, and that I'm sure Shakti has been really not 150 girls, but I feel 150 families and their families. I'm sure it has been impacting. Ma'am, could you just list down few of the work that Shakti has been doing? Because I always see a lot of Facebook posts. So, can we have it for our viewers also to know what is the work done by Shakti?
Yeah. So we concentrate more not only on academics, because I find that these girls are good at art, craft, music, dance. They are also equally, they're given equal importance as much as maths, science, and languages are given. So we do provide them with all of them, and our focus is on maths, science, and language, English, particularly English, all the skills, reading, writing, listening, speaking. So with the in the beginning of the year when they start in the eighth standard, they won't be able to speak even one sentence of English. But at the end of 2 years, they will be giving speeches in English. So that is the kind of intense work we do with them. And then like I told you, we pay their school fees, and then we invite experts from different fields to come and talk to them. There were two workshops that were happening. One is debating skill training workshop from with a university in US. They had come, but because of the pandemic it's put on hold. And there's one more filmmaking workshop, short filmmaking workshop, which is also on hold because of the pandemic. And Shankar Mahadevan Academy, we have a tie-up with them. The teacher comes and teaches them music. They love art and craft.
Yeah.
They make eco-friendly. Ganesh ji, one of the girls was on the TV telling them what exactly she means by eco-friendly Ganesh ji. Every year we make Ganesh ji, we make Rakhis. They don't go and buy Rakhis anymore. That's also an eco-friendly Rakhi that they are taught to make. They do block printing. They've learned block printing, and they've learned so many things that they normally would never get a chance to do. We have fantastic mentors on board who are willing to do anything for the girls. And their ambition, some of their ambition is to become a choreographer.
Mm.
They
Wow.
love dancing and they dance so well. And we did have a short term with a martial art teacher as well. So when we go offline, we bring them all back.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure, yes, you are building dreams, and I'm sure that their wings, Chule Asman, will surely be one of the. Yes, as you said, I have also one or two clippings which speaks about how confident they are, and I would like to share this particular video.
Hello, I'm Ashira from ninth standard and I'm here from the last year when I was in 8th standard. Before joining Shakti, I heard a lot about it and I was eager to join Shakti. And finally, I became Shaktiite last year and I just experienced everything that I have heard about it. And it was very difficult for the mentors to make the class fun and interesting because we were having online classes due to COVID-19. But still, the mentors did a lot for us. They give their best in each and every class to make us learn happily and enjoy the class. They are not just taking classes like we have in the schools and tuitions, but also they are teaching out of the books. Like they are not just teaching us that the whatever is there in the book or portion or the syllabus, but they have taught us a lot about our life, and we should never give up on your dream. This was the main thing that I have learned from them, because I was about to give up on my dream, but they just made me realize that I should not give up. I should do, because if we are trying for do something, then we will achieve that thing. So we should try our best to become that or to achieve that thing. The mentors are so inspiring that they inspired each and every Shakti.
Yes, the mentors are so inspiring. I'm sure the inspiration is driven by all the Shakti teachers, the mentors who really build that confidence among the students who are there. And it is also one way of channelizing our energies into more productive way, and even identifying our capacities, our abilities. Most of the times we fail to identify, we fail to tap the right at the right time, and by the time we know that what we are good at, it must have been a long way that has passed through. So channelizing and identifying really goes hand in hand and helps to bring in a lot of difference among the girls. Today we are talking about International Literacy Day. We speak about the widening gap. We speak about how difficult at times it has been. Ma'am, your initiative towards Shakti and providing education and not allowing them to be out of school even during the pandemic is one small effort that is taken to me, which makes a lot of difference to these girls who have the capacity, who have the willingness to learn, and they are really look forward to it's like venturing capturing new mountains, or capturing new, hiking up to new initiatives. Ma'am, when you speak about these kind of confidence building programs, and how often have you felt? Did you ever find it difficult to convince the parents for any such initiatives that you have taken up? Uh,
Yeah, but we've had a couple of issues with the parents, because the parents are not willing to believe that this program is free of charge, and they always suspect that there is some hidden agenda. And there was one parent last year when I said enroll, he said, "क्यों कर रहे हैं ये सब? आपको क्या मिलता है ये करने को?" Because they don't understand, because they really don't feel that there can be anything. It is not even free, we give them scholarship, we don't charge them anything, but we, on the contrary, we give them scholarship. And many of my former students are so generous. They came yesterday. I met a person, he said, "I'm giving you whatever amount you tell me, I'm going to give you." And that is for the COVID times, so I've called it. So one or two parents, since they did not believe or there was something that they didn't understand what our mission was, had withdrawn a couple of girls who needed this program very badly. And I'm afraid that if the girls had continued in the ninth also, they would have passed the 10th standard. I heard that the two girls who dropped off after eighth did not even clear the 10th standard. This is the confidence building that we are doing. We are building that confidence forever. Life skill, that is what we are trying to give. But I only hope that the parents had listened to us and continue to send them. They were gaining confidence because the girl cannot fight against the parent because the house
Yes.
environment is also important. So one or two issues we really had with parents, but majority of them are very appreciative of the work that we do. They are really grateful to us, and we are grateful to them because they are sending their daughters, they are trusting us. So it's mutual actually. It's not that we are doing anything great for them, but I think the girls deserve the best, and we are trying to give.
Ma'am, so your initiative has been driven by a lot of mentors. So you also have a lot of support by the community. So when it comes to community support, does it help you in taking the girls for, like you have the international collaborations, which really help you. So is there a lot of community support that you receive? Because sometimes when you start something new, as you said, there's a lot of doubt. Why is it? What is the hidden agenda? So is there any community resentment that you have ever faced?
Community resentment or
Yeah.
support? What do you
Or
mean?
no, resentment did you face and or support? Yeah, both of them. Has
Both.
the community?
No, I think resentment was not. Everybody is really, really appreciative of the program that we've done, and they want to do, they want to help, but some of them are not able to, and some of them are able to. But one single community as such, which is helping me in a big way, is my the support that I'm getting from my former students from Atomic Energy Junior College, BARC. I mean, I owe them so much because without they saying that we are sitting far away, we don't know what is happening there, but we know that your mission is good. So you any kind of help you tell us, we are ready to do. And amazing help I'm getting. Resentment has been very very less because there's no competition. When
Yeah.
you're doing something like this, there is no competition, so there is no
Yes.
resentment. So people
Yeah.
let you do what you like, and
It's
we
a
are just the kind of freedom we have got. Every year my curriculum changes. It has to change to
yeah.
suit the girls, the batch that comes. We got exceptional batch this year. 2 years ago also we had exceptional batch. Last year the batch was not so very great, but so we had to cut down on a certain things to suit the children. We had to customize our curriculum to suit the
Okay.
batches. So we're just going crazy over the kind of freedom that we've got to innovate.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yes, at that time I would like to also show a video given to us, shared by one of the parent, and how she feels about Shakti and the work done by Shakti.
नमस्ते टू ऑल। हाय, मैं विजया बात कर रही हूँ, शकुंतला की पेरेंट। आप सब जानते हो आपकी ही बच्ची है शकुंतला। और थैंक यू शक्ति मेंटर्स, स्पेशली विमला मैम, बच्चों के साथ साथ पेरेंट को भी इतना टाइम दिया है। और मैं बहुत खुश हूँ, मैं अपने आप को इस तरह प्रेजेंट कर रही हूँ। थैंक यू मैम। और शक्ति के बारे में मैं कुछ दो तीन लाइन कहना चाहती हूँ। शक्ति के बारे में कितना भी कहूँ तो भी कम है। और हम बचपन से शक्ति मीन्स क्या, पावर। हम बचपन से सुनते आए हैं शक्ति मीन्स भगवान में शक्ति होता है या माँ दुर्गा में, और एक पावरफुल, एक स्ट्रॉन्ग जो ज़्यादा वजन उठाते हैं, हाँ उसमें शक्ति है, वो शक्तिशाली है, बलशाली है, हम बोलते हैं। लेकिन मैम, मैं 2 साल में जो एक्सपीरियंस की हूँ वो, और आप मेंटर सारे गर्ल्स हैं, और बच्चों के लिए आप मोटिवेशन, बच्चों के सिर्फ गर्ल्स के लिए आप मोटिवेशन, मतलब गर्ल्स के लिए एक ट्यूशन स्टार्ट किया है। और इसके लिए मुझे ऐसा लगता है शक्ति मीन्स स्पेशली वुमेन पावर, मुझे ऐसा लगता है। तो मैम, आई सैल्यूट यू। और मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा गर्व है कि मेरी बच्ची ऐसे क्लास में पढ़ती है जैसे कि हम लोग हमारे बच्चों के बारे में इतना ब्राइट फ्यूचर सोचते हैं, मेरी बच्ची ये बनना चाहिए, मेरा बच्चा वो बनना चाहिए। लेकिन मैम, आप हर एक चीज़ों में भी बच्चों के बारे में ही सोचते हो। ये बच्ची ऐसा कर सकती है, हमसे भी ज़्यादा आपको पता रहता है कि को क्या आता है, कौन सी बच्ची को क्या पसंद है, कौन सी बच्ची क्या कर सकती है। तो मैम थैंक यू। और मैं आपको दिल से सैल्यूट भी करेंगे तो भी कम है। और मैं आपको सिर्फ यही कहना चाहती हूँ, दिल से थैंक यू, हमारे बच्चों के लिए इतना अच्छा फ्यूचर देने के लिए, कैसे बात करना है बड़ों से, छोटों से, या कुछ भी। मैम एवरीथिंग, सिर्फ पढ़ाई मतलब आपने पढ़ाई नहीं सिखाया है। एक बोलते हैं ना कि एक घड़ा होता है जो गीला गीला होता है, जन व्हेन वो वेट होता है, उसी टाइम पे उसका वो आकार होता है, मतलब जब वो बर्न हो जाता है उसका वो आकार नहीं बन पाता है। वैसे कि हम लोग ऐसा ऐसा लगता है हमारे बच्चों को टाइम पे आपके पास लाके छोड़े। मतलब नाउ नाउ वो सब लोग परफेक्ट है, मतलब परफेक्ट बन गए। किसकी वजह से मैम? आपकी वजह से। और थैंक यू सो मच, बच्चों के लिए आपने इतना किया। आज के ज़माने में कोई ही नहीं इतना करता है मैम। और मैं दिल से इतना ही कहना चाहती हूँ, आप हमेशा खुश रहो, और आपको हमेशा हर किसी से ऐसे ही प्यार मिले, और आपकी सेहत भी अच्छा हो, और ऐसे ही और बहुत सारे बच्चे आपके साथ आपके हाथ में पड़े। और
Yeah. Thank you. Wow, that's so. The way she expressed was wonderful. Yes, you can mold them when you can mold the pot when it is wet, not after it is put in the furnace and then it's already molded. So identifying and picking up the students at the right time to mold them is something. And more power to Shakti, more power to all the efforts that Shakti has been doing for each and every girl child. May the impact of Shakti reach to many more and go far across, more to wider from our city to many states. Ma'am, any message that you would like to give to our viewers?
Yeah. The viewers, I want to tell you all that children, whether they are in the elite schools or are the underprivileged lot, it doesn't really matter. They should be valued. They should be respected. They should be heard. Where we are hearing them at all, they have so much to share. We have to give time to them. That is one important message that I want to give readers. And the second one is that the parents' income should not decide what kind of quality education the child gets. So this is the thing that we wanted to remove from our for Shakti. Though we've got the rooms air conditioned and we've got a smart TV installed. We've got laptops for them. Their parents are not earning. They're all auto rickshaw drivers. They're pani puri fellows, and then maids, children. Some of them don't have one. They have only one single parent. But that should not decide the quality education. We want to give them top quality education, and I think the readers should always remember, child, whether it's from a well-to-do family or the underprivileged, their education should be the same. That's, I think, is very, very important.
So, from our viewers, we have one question for you, ma'am. Ma'am, do
Yeah.
you have any suggestions to those who would like to come up with such initiatives and handholding to the marginalized sector of our society? Any
Super.
suggestion?
I'm so glad Mary Verghese is asking me this question. I think there are about 240 million people wanting and waiting to get educated, and if we start these initiatives, it will always help them. And since I have gone through the whole procedure, there are a lot of uh, procedures that have to be followed, and it has been quite smooth. And sometimes I do get into rough this thing times, but I can be of some help, and I think I can help some of them who want to start such an initiative. It is a tough one, but then if your mission and you have your vision and your passion intact, nothing is very difficult. So Verghese, Mary Verghese, I'll be there to help you. I've gone through everything that I needed to start this. I will be able to help you, definitely.
Yeah. Yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for being with us today, for sharing. Two things we are taking back today with us. One is the must read for all of you is what ails our schools. Need to identify, like I've started my session today when we spoke, it is to identify. Unless and until you know what is the sickness, you can't give a medication to it. So you need to identify what is the ailment, and then go to the right doctor, then get it diagnosed in the right manner and take the right treatment. So we always, as teachers, we say that one size doesn't fit all. So you can't follow the entire package that just fits for all our students. So doing that itself is some kind of it's is a disparity that you're showing to the entire student community, because no, we do not have a packaged product for them. In fact, we need to tailor made, and that's what Shakti has been doing. In tailor they have tailor made things as per the student needs, as per the student abilities, and then making it so into their entire system, so it weaves out to a fine product. And that's what we really look out. And if we have a lot of viewers who are watching, and if at all you need to contribute to Shakti with in any form of kind of your expertise through, I'm sure Vimla ma'am is just one ring away. She'll be able to get in touch, and you can offer your services. Probably it is through some kind of training sessions that if you can provide, or counseling sessions for the girls, and can also help, because uh, we can give to the community what lies good in us. So it's not just keeping within us, but it is sharing. And only by sharing you will grow. You'll learn, you will give more, and you will be able to get more as well. So thank you so much, Vimla ma'am, for being on our show. MES's Pillai College of Education and Research has always been highly indebted for all your contribution that you have been doing. We did have a session with ma'am last year also on a webinar, and today ma'am has also joined us on this program on a very, very important day, where she herself believes in giving the best to the community. And this session entire talks about the work that Shakti has been doing in empowering girls. And thank you once again, ma'am, for being with us. And we are highly your contribution is highly valuable to PCR as well as to the entire community. So sayonara till we meet again. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
ma'am.
Rennie, for the wonderful opportunity. I hope the readers will have something to say, and I'm always ready to help them. And I must thank you personally, because you've been a wonderful teacher, and now you're a wonderful principal of the school education. So it all depends on you and how you carry your teachers ahead. I'm sure you're doing a wonderful job. Thank you for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. I enjoy talking to you and the viewers.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.